we are back out on the bank and this is going to be another versus video.
This is bite number 3.
Yeah, the only time I win is when I go on a versus on my own. Oh, what a fish, mate.
That is an absolute banger. Something.
This is what Shaun looks like when he thinks a photo is being taken and it's actually a video. Another one for the updates.
Yeah. Tanking off.
The pause there is the most awkward long pause. That's like when you tell your missus you love her for the first time, she just looks back at you.
Your missus probably does.
Yeah, and I don't blame her.
She looks at her life ahead and thinks, is this the right decision?
Yeah. No. I don't. Right then, well, welcome to another video. We are back out on the bank and today we're going to be doing another versus. So comparing solid bags versus mesh bags. So to start things off, comment down below, are you with Team Hugh on the solids or are you with Team Shaun on the mesh bags? No chance.
Yeah, definitely Team Shaun. I am winning the experiment so far.
True.
Just put that in there.
Only just.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a win.
Today's my day.
So we are down on a local venue. It's got a decent head of fish in it, so we're hoping to get a few bites and test the solids and the mesh bags pretty well. This time of year, it's obviously pretty cold today. You can probably see the frost on the ground, so anywhere you can get a bite is good enough for us. So although the fish probably ain't going to be that big, it's going to be nice to put a few fish on the bank, hopefully. So there's a bit of background noise today because they are doing some work on the lake. Unfortunately, we didn't know that was going to be happening, so it might mess the audio up a bit. But I think we'll still have a decent day. Hopefully we'll have a few fish. And yeah, get some fish on camera for you. So we better get the rods out because we're probably on about take 6 now. Mostly down to me, I'm going to admit it. I have actually fluffed it up quite a bit this time.
It makes a change.
It does make a change. So we'll get some rods out, get some rods in the water, and
then you can get the kettle on.
Yeah, see if we can catch fish.
Right, first take then. Rods have been out about half an hour. Very, very cold morning. We thought the lake was going to be frozen, but it's not. Hugh's got the first bite. Just doing some PVA bag tactics today. Getting bites on day ticket venues. How to put PVA into good use. Hugh's on the solid bags. I'm on the mesh bags. Solid bag has produced the first bite.
Right, well there we go then. First one of this extremely cold winter trip. What are you going to give me that one, Shaun?
Couple of pound.
£8. It's an extra large chub. But yeah, so this one came on a solid bag, a little mini mix in it, and a yellow PB wafter. So yes, happy days, off the mark. Now you comment down below, do you think we're going to catch anything bigger today, or is this it? You can ridicule us all you like, but to be fair, in the winter, when we thought the lake was probably going to be frozen, anything is welcome. So yeah, happy days, off the mark. See if we can get a bigger one next.
Just put some bait out then.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, because I only put a little bag of maggots out, it's probably not a lot of food there for them really. Stink. Literally put like a handful of bait out and it went off. I don't think those maggots were probably even there.
You're rolling. Whoa.
Well, no wonder this one picked up my upbait. He's only got one eye. Right, there we go then. First bite for me, not long after Hugh's. This was on a little mesh bag of maggots, and I just put a few scattering of the 8mm bug over the top of it, and it went rattling off. Only little fish, but it's nice to get some bites. It's really cold today, and as Hugh said earlier, we were thinking the lake might have been frozen, but luckily it's not. We could get some rods out, and we're having a few bites on a short day session, and yeah, I'm sure we'll get a few more. So let's slip this one back and get a kettle on. I thought I'd just quickly talk through what I'm doing at the moment. So rig wise, I'm just using my standard leg clip approach. So main line straight through to a hybrid leg clip, using sort of 3-ounce lead, and then I'm using my standard D-rig setup. Hook bait wise, I've got a little 12mm snowman, that's the DNA bug, food bait on the bottom, little pop-up on the top, and to basically get a bit of attraction around the rig, I'm using some mesh. So mesh is really handy, as you can quickly tie up a little parcel of food, nick it onto the hook and get it out onto the spot, and it just adds a little boost of attraction right next to your hook bait. It's basically a little mouthful of food which the fish can home in on, and just gives you a little bit more to get them to find basically. So all I'm doing today is using some of the DNA micro mini cray mix. It's really potent stuff. I'm literally just nicking it onto the hook. I'm making a short cast, so I've got no issues with that coming off or anything on the cast. Just nicking it on like that, and obviously that sits on the bottom, breaks down, and just leaves a little pile of food right next to my hook bait, which just gives a bit more traction to lure those fish into and try and get a quicker bite. Now the mesh is really handy because it's a lot quicker to tie up. So as you can see, it's a little parcel of bait. You can easily just tie them up in probably less than 30 seconds. Hold a lot of different sorts of baits. I tend to use them with pellet and boilie, but you can put some particle in there if you prepare it with a bit of salt to stop it from affecting the PVA. But it's really good for those sort of drier baits, which you can just fill it up nice and easy, tie them up and get fishing. So very fast tactic. Hugh's using the solid bags, which takes a bit more time, but this is a much faster tactic, and it's been working for me quite regularly on my past sessions. So I'm going to get this one out onto the spot, and we'll see if we can get another fish.
Fish number 2 for Hugh. The old solid bag tactics. If he gets this in, it could be 2-0 to the solid bags.
I do love the playing action on these.
Bit frozen. Gets up.
Right, well there we go then, fish number 2, another one for the solid bag, so that's 2-1, come on. Yeah, as small as it may be, it makes it up for it looks, lovely little scale pattern. And yeah, as you can tell from the frost on the ground, and we've said before, anything is welcome. So, slip this one back, get another solid bag on, ping it back out there, see what else is about.
Bit cold, mate?
Honestly, get that kettle on. Get that kettle on. I thought I'd just talk through how I got myself prepared for this session last night. So, had the usual 45-minute business conversation with Shaun where he babbled on about absolutely and nothing relevant. And yeah, in the end we decided we were going to fish a versus and I was going to fish with solid bags. So following that, spent the next hour just tying up about 8 to 10 solid bags so that if I had a couple of fish, I was good to go. And yeah, could obviously get rods in the water for as long as possible in these short day sessions. So like I say, I got a few bags prepared already. One thing I'll mention is, so one way I like to determine whether I've sort of got barbed or barbless hooks on there is just by putting a little tag. So this is just one of the little like tags you get when you sort of buy a new electrical device and it's got all the cable tied up together. Just one of those. Simply take that off. So I know this is a barbless hook as per fishery rules. On goes the loop. And a real simple loop to loop technique means I'm fishing. Alright, and simple as that. I can either cut the line or take the old rig off, new solid bag on, and we're good to go. So let's cast this one out into the pond and see if we can have a fish. Right then, so another benefit of solid bags is I'm sort of fishing out towards this island over here, and obviously there's a few overhanging branches and sort of snags. So obviously the rig's completely enclosed within the solid bag, adding a bit of protection to the hook point. So yeah, it's just another benefit of solid bags, something to maybe think about depending on the venue you're fishing. So let's flip this one out towards the island. Don't need to get too tight because up against the island it's really shallow. So and there we go, happy days. One thing I do see people doing is when they're fishing solid bags is not feeling for the drop still. There's no reason why you can't feel the drop. You know, you've got 4 or 5 ounces of weight there, so you're still going to get a decent sort of feel on the drop. And yeah, like I say, no reason not to feel for the drop. Fingers crossed. A few baits over the top of that and it'll go off.
Hugh's in on our solid bags again. This is bite number 3. If he gets it in, this is going to be 3-1 to the solid bags. We're not getting loads of action, but we're not expecting it because of the weather. The water temperature is very, very cold. I dropped the deeper in just to see what the water temperature was, and I think it was only about 4 degrees. So very, very cold water temperature. You can see why it's not frozen yet though. The water's obviously not got quite that cold, but I'm pretty sure if we have more cold weather it'd be freezing up. But the sun's out today, so it's obviously warming it up a little bit, and the fish are having a little bit of a feed. And Hugh's making the most of it with the old solid bags. Boom! Number 3. Hello, mate.
Happy day!
Come on, the showing back the noise in the background.
What noise? Right, there we go then. Fish number 3 for the solid bags. This time on a little pink wafter. So yeah, little colour change didn't make any odds. But yeah, fish number 3. Slip it back, get the rod back out. Fingers crossed. Solid bag. Fish number 4 is not far around the corner.
Tanking off. Right, it's bite number 2 for me on the mesh bags. Hugh's just got fish number 3 on the bank. So I'm trying to pull it back. God, this thing's lively. Whoa! Thinks it's a dolphin. It is a dolphin. That's a bit loose. What is it doing? Try and get a bit of video from behind me, like I do with you. A bit bigger, I think. Looks like a mirror. He's going for it. Oh, nice. Oh, he's going under the net. Hmm? Jesus. Enough scrapping. Ease in.
Right, there we go then. Fish number 2 for me on the mesh bags. Hugh's just had his 3rd. I've had my 2nd. I'm slowly sort of catching him up, but I'm going to need a couple more if I'm going to get the win. So let's get this one back, get that rod back out there, and yeah, let's try and beat him on another carp experiment. Right then, as you can probably see, it is lunchtime now. I've just had my little bacon and cheese flatbread. Hugh's having his little noodle pot.
Lovely.
And it is 3-2 to Hugh.
Yeah, man.
Solid Bags are winning. So
Hashtag Team Hugh.
we've got a couple of hours to go. I've got to get to work. Hugh's got the school run. So hopefully we can have a few more, and I can obviously win. So happy days. But to be fair, there's not many people having anything around the lake. There's a few guys fishing, a few guys on the float and a feeder rod. Obviously a few silvers getting caught, but I haven't actually seen anyone catch a carp. So at the moment, I think we're feeling pretty good that we've had a few bites, aren't we?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, it's how with the sun coming out, it's sort of generated a couple more bites late morning, but yeah, it's gone a bit quiet again. So we might ping a few more baits out and see if we can introduce another bite before we got to go.
Happy days to see who ends up taking the win.
Come on the bags.
Right, Hugh's just topping the spot up with a bit more of the 8mm bug. We've found by trickling a little bit of bait, it does seem to be keeping the bites coming along. Solid Bags are definitely winning at the moment, but I am confident I can pull it out of the bag and bring it back for the win. Got a couple of hours to go. Just keeping that bait going in, letting often keep recasting those bags, and hopefully Hugh will be crying at the end.
Shaun's obviously getting a little bit nervous and his head's gone. So he's just copying now. I've just put a bit of bait out. Oh, can I borrow you some bait? Spraying it everywhere by the looks of it, but
Always widespread bait.
that's it. Feed the island, feed the island.
If he gets this in, he's well and truly taking the lead. I've got a feeling, because that sun's out, it's warming up that margin on that island quite nicely, and the fish are probably enjoying it, and that's why he's getting a few bites. Obviously the Solid Bags are producing the goods. Boom.
Right then, as you might be able to tell from the foam on its flank, that fish number 4 for the Solid Bags is by far the most lively. So yeah, the sun coming out has made the fishing a little bit more excitable, as well as the fish. So try one last time. Fish number 4, nice little common. Once again on a PV wafter, so let's get the Solid Bag back out. Might be time for one more.
Right then, that is the end of the challenge, or the verses. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to accept defeat.
Say that again.
Accept defeat.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
So you won't hear that much, so I'll let you have it. But so Hugh's ended up finishing on 4. I've only had the 2. So yeah, I got well and truly beaten, unfortunately. So it is what it is, I suppose, mate.
Yeah, it's mate. It's winter fishing.
Good bit of fun, wasn't it?
We should be happy to have 6 between us. So yeah, I'm happy, mate.
I'm happy. Yeah, it's been a nice day. Had a few fish, and obviously we created a bit of footage for you guys to watch. So hopefully you enjoyed the watch. But
I got to go off to pick up my daughter from school. You've got another hour, so I'm thinking you've lost today. You've got an hour to like redeem yourself, right? So if you're big enough and hard enough and manly enough, I'm going to set you a challenge. You've got an hour challenge to catch a carp. And how are you feeling that if you don't catch a carp, there's a forfeit?
I suppose depends what the forfeit is.
I ain't going to tell you what the forfeit is. You've got to suck it up, yes or no. I'll tell you the forfeit if you're unsuccessful.
Do I get anything if I win?
Absolutely not. Just to take a little bit of streak
bragging rights
on YouTube.
All right, yeah. All right, yeah, go on then.
Yeah, we're up. Cool. So 1 hour challenge. You'll have to make sure you hit subscribe to find out if
what is the challenge?
challenge is to catch a carp
To take
in an hour.
All right, okay.
All right, so got an hour, catch one carp, and you've passed the challenge. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to ensure that you don't miss out on that future video, and see if Shaun can redeem his loss from today. So I guess make sure you
get on the
follow
solid
us.
bags.
Well, yeah, it looks that way, to be fair. Yeah, I would, yeah. But yeah, last thing I suppose to say is thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe, hit the like button, comment down below if you were a Team Hugh from the start, and yeah, go check us out on all our social medias. And until next time,
Get out there,
bang,
be lucky. See you in the next video.